Well, hello and welcome into day 2 of our 30 days to launch challenge, where we are taking you behind the scenes as an online coach or course creator of what it really takes in the day in the life as a business owner, online course creator, and coach to be able to launch an online course. If you are just joining, welcome in. I'm so pleased and honored to have you here to spend this time with me online. Today, we're going to be talking about really how to discover your brand identity as an online coach or course creator in the online space so you can be able to grow your brand and be able to skyrocket your income, impact, and ultimately your freedom. So if that is something for you, you're in the right place, right? So as you guys are joining, I would love it if you could go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from. Go ahead and give a like or subscribe, depending on where you are tuning in from, to either on YouTube. If you're on the YouTube channel, I would love it if you would like to follow along on this challenge with me. Again, I've challenged myself to go live every single day for the next 30 days and take you on this course journey with me as I am in the process of creating my newest online course and coaching membership program, the Course Creator Academy. So this is kind of my documentation of my journey and just sharing with you step by step, kind of from my experience, from my lens of how I look at things and how I think about things and what I teach my students inside the Signature Course Launch System, which is my flagship program, on how I go about my signature methodology on how I go about creating, launching, and scaling an online course and coaching program. So I just thought it would be fun as a challenge to not only myself to go live and to keep putting in the reps and strengthening the skill development of actually training online and showing up live on YouTube, and also sharing over to Facebook. You may be on Facebook if you're joining there. I have this going to my personal, excuse me for looking down, I'm just making sure everything is showing up in the right place. It is streaming over to my personal page as well as to my business page, Shannon Martell. And also I have shared it in my private Facebook community, the Course Creator Collective. That community is growing, and welcome into the new members that I approved before this live stream to come in to join us. And you're all in various stages of your online course creation journey, whether you are just considering leaving your 9-to-5 and creating a course, or you're in that process of creating your online course, or maybe you're growing or scaling your business. You're all at different stages. So I just welcome you. I think we're good. If you are tuning in live and you can hear me okay, I would love it if you could just make sure, or not make sure, I need to make sure that you can hear me. So let me just check the audio here for 1 minute to make sure that is good to go. Also sharing over to It sounds like it's working. All right, so it sounds like everything is going well. So announcements for today. Yesterday was our kickoff. Again, this is a 30-day challenge where I'm taking you step by step through the course creation process, from initially identifying what that vision is for your online course or your legacy coaching business, right? This isn't necessarily just in it for a hobby, and maybe you are, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with generating income from doing the things that you love and that you're lit up to do. But many of you that I work with in my world are really looking to either leave your 9-to-5 and replace your income and continue to grow and scale your business, or you're already in that process of doing that. So this journey is really just taking you again through that step-by-step process of what you want to be thinking about and what you want to be working on to really make sure that you have the systems and the processes and the structure set up in place to really have and grow a lucrative and legendary online course and coaching program. So yesterday was our kickoff, day 1. If you didn't catch that, you can go ahead, either join the Course Creator Collective, which again is my free Facebook group. I'll pin everything down below this video so you'll have access to all the links no matter where you're tuning in from. Or you can check out my YouTube channel, Shannon Martell, and I have a playlist that I set up specifically for this 30 days to launch video series or live training series that I'm talking you through. And as we go along this journey together, I am creating various different tools and resources to be able to support my students in my paid programs. And I would like to also extend the gift to you. So I will be sharing different bonuses and resources, and I have an incredible one for you today. So stay tuned. That I think you will really like, that really goes hand in hand with being able to discover your brand identity as a coach or a course creator in the online space. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Shannon Martell, and I am the founder of Visionary Edge Ventures. And I'm also currently, I've been in the online space since 2000, I think it was 2018 was my first online business. And then I moved into online coaching per se, my coaching business in 2019. And this was followed a over 20-year career in corporate, where I was in various different roles in the corporate industry, but primarily in charge of, as regional marketing. So regional manager, excuse me. So I did everything from marketing, sales, training and development, operations, systems, scheduling for the region, auditing for the region. So wore lots of different hats over the years. And then I experienced a major crumbling. I call it the dark night of my soul. In 2017, I had been, overworking, working 50, 60 plus hour weeks, not taking care of my body, constantly burned out and anxious, and raising my daughter as a single mom. So it's kind of like burning the candle at both ends, and not eating well and not taking care of myself. And my body just like fell apart. And I was hospitalized for 11 days. And during that time, it was just a very, very dark time in my life. And, I knew it was like that wake up call for me that something had to give, something had to change. And, I really knew that I was meant for more. I knew that I'd been meant for more for a really long time. And maybe you can resonate with that in your message, where you have this deep inner calling to do something more, and to, be seen and heard in a bigger way, and to really help others through your unique gifts, talents, and expertise, and your story. And so it was during that time when I was hospitalized that, I just really got to dreaming and thinking about, like, what is it that I could do? How could I use my expertise, my years, in marketing and sales and training and development, which honestly, I love training and development, is like just my sweet spot. I love that. I love helping helping others and empowering and equipping others to be able to really transform their life, and not just in the wealth arena, but also in the health arena and the relationships. Like I just love it all. I love the power to be able to reprogram our minds, and that remembering of what it is that you're capable of achieving, and what it is that you're called for, to be able to help others, and doing it in that way that you are meant to serve others, and also being able to be rewarded generously and create a very lucrative income by doing the things that you're called to do and the things that you love. So it was during that time that I really, I had that in the back of my head for a long time about creating my own business. And it was during that time that this vision for Visionary Edge Ventures, it wasn't called that back then. It's taken me a while to really step into my brand identity. And we'll talk more about that here in this training today. But that's where that vision for my business was born. And it was shortly thereafter that I started doing the research and trying to find a business coach that could help me bring my vision to life. And so in the beginning, I worked with students in a one-on-one capacity, and worked that way the first year. And then after that, I launched my first group coaching program, which was the 5-Figure Genius Academy. Worked with students to help them, monetize their expertise through that particular container. And then my next one was a 90-day mastermind program, which was called to serve. And then my father got sick. It was kind of like another, kind of dip in how things were going. And, I had been launching a lot. So I also had that feast or famine cycle going on in my business, which was also really leading to burnout and leading to me not being really enjoying the journey as much as I anticipated, because there was always this feast and famine. And I knew I needed a different business model. And I'd seen and been part of other business models that had evergreen core content that, excuse me, that was created, that lived in a portal, that and also had kind of live elements with coaching. So, my father ended up getting ill, and I needed to be able and wanted to be able to take time off to help take care of him and, be available for appointments and all of the things. And so that's when I, took a new look at my model and decided to start creating some evergreen coaching programs and membership programs, as well as really building out the whole ecosystem. And this is where my signature methodology was really born, and creating the signature course launch system. And that is my flagship program, where I walk you through step by step by step on how to design, or how to define, develop, and deliver your signature methodology, and then how to then take that and be able to create additional offerings through that. So that is just in the beta launch now. I have a few students, a few founding members in that particular program, working through the content and making sure everything is like flowing really well. And if that is something you are interested in, the link is down below to go ahead and join as a founding member. You get the first 3 modules of content opened up to you. There's a 14-day free trial, so you can get in and test it and see what you think and what, if you like it. There's also the community element. So there's 12 modules of evergreen course content in that. And then you have tons of different resources, tools, templates, checklists, action plans, course book, cheat sheets, all of the things to be able to help empower you and equip you and take off that creative burden as you're moving through, so you can launch faster and hopefully save time and get your product to market quicker than I did. So that is there, working through that. And then the next stage of this is really having that entry point to be able to help new and aspiring coaches and course creators that maybe you're working one-on-one with students, and you're really just maxed out on your time, and you're looking for a different model for your business, and being able to create online courses where you can serve people at scale. You can set it up so it's evergreen as well, or you can teach it live. There's lots of different ways to be able to deliver your content, but also that you can put some systems in place to be able to launch or market and fill that program on demand 24/7 on autopilot. So that's what I did, that's what I created, and that's what I'm excited to be able to teach you how to do. So in this training, if any of that resonates with you, I invite you to go ahead and like and subscribe, like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to be part of the 30-day online course, 30 days to launch journey with us, and you'll be the first to be notified of more videos. I'm working to get, my schedule in alignment that I can give you a consistent time every day, that I'm committed to being able to show up and support you through, whether again, you're in my Facebook community or my YouTube community, you will be able to join there as well and get the support that you need. And then if you want to, in the community itself, in the Course Creator Collective, if you have questions or anything like that, or want me to take a look at anything that you're working on through that, I'm more than happy to help you through that. Take a look at your copy, your offers, your messaging, your marketing, any of those things, and give you some feedback on that. So I think we have gone through the introductions for today. Again, make sure you stay to the end of this training. You'll see a sneak peek at the resource that we're going to be going through, that I'm going to gift you for free. I don't even have the sales page ready for it yet, but it is a product that my paid clients are going to be getting inside the Signature Course Launch System, and as well as the Course Creator Academy. So if you want free access to that, go ahead and drop a comment below and just indicate, you can drop the word brand or branding in the comments below, and I will send you the free planner that you're going to get to see in just a minute. So let's talk about what is a brand, right? What is a brand? Why is it important? Why does it matter? Do you need a brand? Don't you need a brand? Kind of let me know what your thoughts are about it. Drop that down in the comments below. Do you have a brand? Do you have a brand identity? Have you Is this new to you? Just kind of, if you, let me think how this would be easy. If you are new to branding and really not sure what I'm talking about, go ahead and drop a 111 down in the comments below. If you have somewhat experience in branding and messaging and creating that brand identity for yourself and your business, go ahead and drop a 222 in the comments below. And then if you're fully branded and you're just really rocking it, and your brand is recognizable, it's strategically aligned across all platforms, all markets, all collateral, all of your assets in your business, go ahead and drop a 333. So if you're a 333, that is amazing. If you're a 111, that's amazing, because you're in the right place, right? It just kind of helps me gauge, where you're at in your course creation journey, and in the regards to messaging and branding and really identifying your brand identity. The kind of definition of your brand identity and your brand voice, that brand voice is the identity in the marketplace. Let me grab some water. It's really how you distinguish yourself from the crowd. So if you kind of think about the online space and kind of think about our attention spans, our attention spans are like a gnat. They're very, very fleeting. And we as consumers are flooded with thousands and thousands of marketing messages, in the online space, whether it's on TV, radio marketing, digital marketing, content marketing. Like, just think about all of the different places that you are presented with different offers every single day. Facebook ads, Google ads, like all of the things. There's lots of different bits and pieces of information and marketing messages coming at you all day long. So one of the challenges is, and something a lot of my students come to me with, is having that problem of really standing out in the marketplace and feeling like they're invisible, or feeling like they don't really have that brand presence, and they just kind of feel like lost in the sea of static or noise out there. So it's really important to think about your brand and think about how you can really differentiate yourself from the crowd, and how you can blend strategic insight with personal empowerment. This is what we do with Visionary Edge, and just kind of giving you like a picture here. And I'm going to share various screens here today as we go forward to help you kind of see what branding really looks like and how to start bringing your brand to life. So the first thing, kind of looking at, like, when you think of branding, kind of tell me like some of the brands. If you can think of like a brand that comes to mind as we're going through this, go ahead and drop it down below. And I want you to kind of look at it through the lens of, of that consumer, of what is it that, when you think about your favorite brand, what is it that you specifically notice them for, right? So kind of thinking about, like, how do you know it's that particular brand? So if we use, for example, Nike. Nike is a well-known brand across, probably the whole world at this point. Kind of thinking about, like, is there a symbol? Is there a logo that comes to mind when you think about Nike? You get bonus points if you drop that in the comments below and let me know what that is. And I'll give you a minute to do that. It is the check mark, right? We all know that check mark of Nike. So without anything else, the minute you see that, you likely are distinguishing that brand with or that check mark with Nike. So the goal is to be able to create through your brand identity, those features. And we're going to be talking today about your brand colors, your brand fonts, your brand logo, your imagery that you're using in there in your marketing, as well as your messaging. So kind of thinking about, like, for me, thinking about the distinctive approaches through Visionary Edge, and how to blend strategic insight with personal empowerment. That's what I stand for, that business is just not business, but it's a lifestyle. It's an extension of you, that business, your mission kind of has a mission of its own, right? And you are the voice of that vision. You are the messenger of that vision because you are birthing this unique gifts, talents, expertise that you have been blessed to have and to be interested in and to have cultivated over the years. That is coming through you. So I also really stand for empowerment because it is not easy, right? It is not easy to put yourself out there, to be visible, to share your story and all of the things that you've gone through up to this point to be able to, teach others your signature methodology on how you were to overcome, a particular problem to be able to get to the solution. And you've developed your signature methodology to be able to help others to do the same, right? And you get paid to do that. So you're thinking about like what it is that you're standing for. What do you want people to feel as a result of your brand? And so when we're talking about discovering, and I'm going to go over to this resource that I created for you yesterday, is branding worksheets for coaches and course creators. So if this is what you want, drop branding in the comments below, and I will give you a free copy of this before it's paid. Again, I don't even have the sales page ready for it yet, but it will be something that I am offering to be able to purchase from my website, as well as I'll market it through my funnels and ads. But when you're looking at this and looking at discovering your brand voice and becoming an authentic online presence, you really need to have that distinction. You need to be able to have that voice that sets you apart, because your goal as a business and as you're kind of attracting in your soul clients is that you want to have your branding and your messaging and your marketing to be able to attract those soul clients that you already have soul contracts with and soul agreements with. Before you even came here, those contracts are already done and who you are meant to serve, right? They already exist. So it's kind of like being that lighthouse. And I just went to Savannah last week and we saw a beautiful lighthouse in around Savannah and actually Tybee Island. And that lighthouse is like that beacon of light, and that light is shining to be able to call the ships in, because they have one of the largest harbors or ports in the world. I think it's in the world. It's either in the world or the United States. Don't quote me. I should have listened a little bit deeper to that one. But they have that port that the different ships are coming in through. So it's kind of like that lighthouse is that shining lights like, come this way, come this way, come this way. And that's what you want your brand to be able to do, is be that light and to be able to attract those soul clients that you are meant to serve in your online space, as well as to repel, right? Because you're not for everybody, right? Your message, your market, your methodology is not going to be for everyone. And that's okay. You're not meant to be for everyone. So another brand I think about is like a Louis Vuitton brand. So you think about the brand, think about, what they identify with. They identify with, to me, luxury. It's that luxury. It's that class. It's that, pristine, feeling of wealth and opulence, right? And so like if you were to carry, whether it's a Louis Vuitton bag or you're wearing a Louis Vuitton, belt or shoes or something like that, you automatically, it's like you're putting on that brand and you're kind of stepping into that identity that they have aligned with. Visionary Edge, I align myself with helping you monetize your unique gifts, talents, and expertise. My medium that I help you to be able to monetize through and to be able to grow your brand and generate limitless income and impact and influence is through the medium of online courses and coaching programs. So essentially content, right? So it's kind of, if that isn't for you, if you aren't looking to be able to grow a brand online and create online courses and coaching programs that you can then, grow that brand to attract leads, nurture leads, convert leads, and then be able to deliver that system or signature methodology, then I'm not going to be for you. And I also speak a lot about, as far as your brand voice, about empowerment, about spirituality, about your gifts and your talents and those God-given, those things that are your God-given birthright, and that wealth, abundance, phenomenal wealth, abundance, ease, all of this prosperity is your birthright, is already done. These soul contracts, this vision, if you can see it in your mind and you can feel it in your heart, it's already done. It's already done. But that isn't for everybody, right? Not everybody shares those same beliefs. I do believe in not only the vision and the mission and the purpose, but I also believed in taking the aligned action. I'm not for just believing that you can meditate all day long and it's going to just magically appear in your your ecosystem here. I do believe it is about alignment, and it's about taking that aligned action, right? And to bring your vision to life. So thinking about here as you're working through this, I want you to kind of think about this self-reflection and understanding the natural communication style for you. For inspiration, I want you to think about like Simon Sinek. There's a YouTube video on YouTube, obviously, Simon Sinek. He inspires with purpose. So he is known for the why behind your brand. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you feel called to be able to create that business and help those people that you are really called to serve? Because it's that why that is really what people are attracted to. The product itself is a widget, so to speak, but it's the why. It's what your purpose, what your vision, what your mission is to be able to help people that brings it to life. Or you can think of like Brene Brown, and how Brene Brown is really known for, that researcher and really researching lots of different people and understanding and allowing yourself to have that vulnerability and to love yourself anyway, even though you can be vulnerable and you can share your truth and you can share, from that space. And so she talks a lot about that. So in the workbook here, you're going to be filling in 3 words or short phrases that best describe your personal communication style. So is it empowerment? For me, another one is resilience. Another one also is authenticity, which also goes along with your signature system, and it goes along with your story, that this is for you, that you don't have to be like anybody else. You get to have your own unique brand, your own unique message, and your own unique story. And that is enough. That's more than enough, because there's so many people out there in the world that want to have that same experience and want to have that same journey and result that you have been able to achieve. And also to be able to, shortcome or skip over all of the things that, didn't work, and that's why they hire a coach, to be able to say, hey, like I've figured, this particular thing out, and then I can help you through my product. So define what your voice means and its importance, because this is also going to help you to be able to tell stories of why it's important and why that is a particular value for you and the brand that you've created around your business. Identify and articulate your unique story, your unique voice, those stories that that you're going to share that are going to help empower and equip other people that you're meant to serve. So kind of thinking about like examples of other brand voices in the industry are Apple. So we all know, Apple. And if this is resonating with you or you have questions, 329, that's a number. That's my favorite number. One of my favorite numbers. That just means that's like a wink from the universe, right? That I'm on track, and I hope this is landing for you. In fact, give me a 444 in the comments below if this message is landing with you so far. So thinking about like Apple and the iPhone, so I picked it up. That Apple's brand voice really conveys innovation and simplicity. So you're going to think about like, this is literally like a computer in the palm of your hand. I mean, it can record, you can search anything on your web. You can, pretty much build anything, like do anything, watch TV around the world, order all your groceries. Like think about all of the different ways that you can, through simplicity and innovation, that you are able to use an Apple device, whether it's, an iPhone or it's an iPad or it's a Mac computer. Like there's many, many different products under the Apple umbrella, but we all know that Apple symbol, right? And maybe you're not an Apple user, and that's okay, but Apple is well known around the world. And then Nike, we've already talked about how it emphasizes on its inspiration and its motivation, like, "Just do it." That's a slogan. That's what they're known for, is just do it. Getting started is the hardest part, right? Once you do it, you can do it. So kind of think about, and as you go through this workbook, as the workbook is 34 pages, it's going to help you to start to distinguish your brand identity. And, kind of looking back again over at Visionary Edge, my website, this is my main website, and I've been in the process of moving everything over from my GoDaddy website that I originally had. This one I really like. My coach partnered up with another coach. It's Netta Valmore and Evelyn Weiss. They partnered up together to make a digital solution to be able to build all of the funnels, the portals, everything over on a WordPress site. So basically you own the real estate. So it's beautiful, beautiful product. If you have any questions about that, I have a link below. I'm an affiliate for them, totally believe in it. It's really easy to use, and they have all of the step-by-step training to talk you through on and show you how to be able to set everything up. But looking here, as far as like, Visionary Edge, the colors are very much like this deep, really rich blue, which really signifies wealth. It signifies trust. It signifies this like honesty, integrity. So my colors are this blue, this kind of lighter blue, kind of like a white and a grayish color, and a little bit of gold. So it's very much luxury. It's very much trust. It's very much honesty and integrity. The resilience, if you really dive into my story, I've got a little bit shared over here on the About Me page. It shares about, how I was able to, I was in corporate for a really long time, over 20 years, and then how I faced burnout. And through that burnout, then I was able to then birth my new business, and this resiliency, right? And the empowerment of like mind over matter, and really reprogramming the subconscious and the brain to be able to really work for you. So here, just kind of looking at this branding here and kind of the story, this is a watermark or watercolor that you're going to see throughout my brand. You see it across all of my website. You'll see it on sales pages. You'll see it in like the membership program itself. This is the flagship membership program, the 12 module program. And then I have this is the content. And then we have the community, and we have the live coaching calls and so forth. But this is brought over through that whole brand experience. And that's, again, not necessarily what you're going to start with, but what you want to start thinking as you evolve and you continue to grow in your brand, because then that's when your brand starts to become recognizable. Also, as you're kind of looking through, then you're going to kind of go into more, not just the messaging, but we'll dive more into the identity, which we kind of already have shifted here. But this is where you're going to be moving on to the visuals. So it's your brand, your visual brand identifies your logo. So if you kind of see the logo for Visionary Edge, also you'll like see it. If you look at my training materials, you kind of see the same branding. This is the slide deck for the Signature Course Launch System. You'll see the same branding coming across through that. You'll also see, like in my Facebook group, you'll see a lot of those same colors as well carried across. And then even through my marketing. So this is an example of my email marketing set up in MailerLite. And so I use that same brand logo. So it's across all social media platforms. It's across all social or content that I create. And then you also want to think about your typography. So in here, looking at my typography, I use Laura, Lora, for my main font. And then for my body font, I use Poppins. So you also want to kind of look at that and identify 2 to 3 fonts. And then I have a fun script font, Breathtaking, I think it's called, that I use for like just pops of fun in there. It's a little bit harder to read. So it's not, I think, like if you look at, where's my YouTube channel? If you look at, do I have YouTube up? Maybe I haven't opened it. Like the thumbnail from today, you will see the Breathtaking or the script font in here as well. So that's where you kind of see this almost like cursive font as well. So you can identify 2 to 3 different fonts, and let me know again, like if you selected any of your brand colors at this point yet or not. So this is where you're going to, as you've worked through like the identity of your brand, then you're going to move to the next section where you're again diving into the visuals of your brand. So this is the style descriptors. Again, it's going to be like your logo. It's going to be the colors. So picking, 2 to 3 main pieces of like your typography. So again, your bold font, your highlighted, like your body font, and then your like script font, and then looking at the different colors. And inside the guide here, your brand identity templates, I've also given you a little section here of what I mean by that. So this is kind of looking at like a little brand board for you. And so this is like an example of a logo, and all of this you can create in Canva. Canva is a design application software that provides, I have it linked in the description box below for you as well, but it has different templates that you can create for free. I do have a paid membership as well, but even if you have a paid membership, I believe it's like $12.99 a month to be able to design anything. And all of these like templates are available for you, as well as my members inside the Signature Course Launch System and the Course Creators Academy that I'm creating have tons of different, brand boards and branding templates and all of those things that you can just customize and make your own. So kind of taking a, look at, the inspiration behind your brand. This, is just an example of kind of like what would be maybe important to this person and to their ideal client of, when I kind of look at this, I look at freedom, I look at travel, looking at nature, simplicity, and kind of extracting some of the colors from that visual representation of that. You can also take a look at Pinterest if you want to take a look at brand boards, or, mood boards are another thing that you can take a look at. You can also take a look at Etsy if you're looking for some ideas on how different fonts are. I like to look at paint swatches too, honestly. If you look at paint swatches, even for looking for like if you're painting a house or transforming a room or so forth, you can look at that and kind of get an idea of how colors are paired together. But there's tons of resources and inspiration for you there. Kind of going back to my colors, with this blue and this watercolor, one reason I fell in love with this watercolor here is because it very much represents, I love nature. I love being out in the water. I love connecting to the earth. And also my mom used to paint. My grandmother and my great grandmother used to paint as a hobby, not for a business, but there was a picture or a painting inside my grandmother's house that had this like painting of a wave. It was almost like a big tidal wave, not tidal wave, like just a big wave. It was the ocean and it was a wave, and it had all of these beautiful blues and darker blues and whites coming through, and the wave was cresting. So you saw the white of the crest of the wave, and that hung in my grandparents' house. And I believe it was my grandfather's mother that painted that. And that picture, when I see this, it reminds me of that. And it's just a really good like feeling. And I live in Florida, and I love being on the water. I love sailing. I love boating. Just being near the ocean, it just makes me happy. I love being near a body of water. Even in the mountains, I love being near the water. So thinking about that, there kind of represents nature and historical. This is like a mansion, the Gamble plantation that's near where I live, and it just feels like home for me. And very much the clients that I work with also are often very, very much in tune with nature. They like hiking, they like yoga, they like traveling. They just like that serenity from that. So that is kind of the feeling that I wanted to invoke. And here's some flowers that just kind of bring that together. But think about that for you and what it is, that you, again, the bringing in the logo piece of it. Again, if you're in the Course Creator Collective, the Signature Course Launch System, my flagship program, I give you all of these. So a whole packet of different brand templates that you can take and make your own. So you'll have the different font pairings that work really well together, the logo, the different font or the different colors and so forth. So yeah, so that is kind of that and what you wanted to think about. And then as you do that, let me just move back up here to get this off the screen so you don't have to watch me do that. As you move through there, then you want to start thinking about, making sure that all of your communications, that all of your assets, like All right, are we back? Let's see if that worked. I apologize for the interruption. We lost Wi-Fi. So let me just see if that came back. Okay, let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I apologize for that. We lost Wi-Fi access, so I'm not exactly sure where that froze, but let me pull the screen back up. All right. I think we're good, hopefully. All right, so I will just finish up here as we've kind of moved through a couple of different pieces with your brand story. And then also really understanding what, the importance of why having a brand, what a brand actually is, how to discover your brand voice. And then also we were finishing up with identifying your brand identity. So again, if you would like to get a hold of this resource that I created for you, this is the brand templates for coaches and course creators. I'm trying to see what page I was on. Go ahead and drop branding down in the comments below, and I will send you a copy of it before I make it paid. This is going to be a product that I give to my students inside the signature course launch system, and also the new program that I'm creating, the Course Creators Academy. The Course Creator Academy, by the way, is going to be my $7 monthly membership program. So I'm really excited about that. We've got 6 modules of evergreen course content that we are putting in there, and as well as lots of different tools, templates, resources as well to help you to work faster and reduce all of the creative burden. Instead of having to reinvent everything and create everything from scratch, I'm just giving it to you. And then you can then, customize the templates and resources for you and for your business. So this will really help bring this vision to life and bring this brand identity and your messaging and your marketing to life much, much quicker. So here in this, what the steps are here is to really take a look and look at some logos, start getting an idea for the vision for that particular brand for your logos, identify your brand colors. So having those, 3, 4, 5 particular brand colors for your brand. And then as well, identifying the 2 to 3 forms of typography that you're going to use. So this is your fonts. So again, having something for all of your headings, and then having a font for all of your body copy, and then maybe having like a script font to be able to just kind of have for fun and to, highlight some different things. So these will be your visual style descriptors. And then we're going to go through, like, again, if you can look at like Etsy, you can look at Pinterest. Those will help you to be able to get some ideas and inspiration for those. You can start also, like, I just, I'm very much alert to brands all the time now. So I like to, whether you're looking in a magazine or you're looking at messaging and marketing online, and just start to get an idea for the look and feel of that brand and what you want those colors to represent, and kind of doing some color matching for that. So putting down what your preferred colors are and kind of that emotion and that feeling, because everything is about feeling. So what is the feeling behind the color? What does it and spark? Is there inspiration? Is there empowerment? Is there wealth? Is there luxury? Is there freedom? Is there, nature? Maybe it's very organic, and so there's a lot of nature that's provided in there. Maybe it's industrial. So every look, every brand identity has a different tone. It has a different voice behind it. So start thinking about those kinds of things. And then if you want any feedback or support with any of those, go ahead and drop a comment below if you're tuning in from YouTube, or if you would like to join us over in the Course Creator Collective, you can fill out any of the pages in this workbook, and I'd be happy to give you some feedback on that and see what your peers like as well. So kind of here I was talking about like really looking at the minimalist branding from Apple. Very, very simplistic, but innovative. So that will kind of give you some ideas. So this here will give you some space here, kind of looking at your current inventory. What assets do you have in your business? Have you taken and, created a logo yet? If not, that is something you would like to do going forward. And then if you have a logo, but it's really maybe not in alignment with you and alignment with the vision, or have the edge that you're looking for your brand, what changes do you make? So that kind of takes you through each of those sections to be able to do that. And then also to be able to get some feedback and perception. So kind of do this exercise on a couple of different brands. So this will, doing this exercise will really help you to then refine that brand and that messaging for you. So I've given you some spaces here to kind of work through those, see what you like, see what's in the marketplace, what you want to, bring in for your particular brand, and then identify your top 3 primary colors for your palette. And again, I've given you an example of what a brand board could kind of look at. So taking some complementary visuals and bringing in some pictures that kind of represent that look and that feel that you want, that inspires you for your brand, and also how you want your brand to feel for the people that are using your brand, that are your clients and the communities and the people that you serve through that. So that, I think, is enough for today. Kind of giving you, recapping the peak of like what's happening behind the scenes with Visionary Edge, the brand that I have created here and started to develop, as well as bringing it all the way through my courses and programs. So this helps you to be able to be recognizable in the industry. It helps you to be able to really stand out in the marketplace. So you're not just blending in with the sea of everybody else out there, but is that unique edge. So when people start to see that, much like, Apple or Nike, they start to recognize the colors, the logo, the typography, all of the things with you and as a course creator, as well as your message, and bringing that through. Not to say that you can't bring in other colors, like with the Course Creator Academy, the new program I'm working on here. I think I'm in a sales page. They will all have variations. So these are different programs that I'm working on. The Course Creators Academy, I can bring in some other complementary colors because I do like change. So having a little bit more of, that differentiating color that helps to, it's complementary for the brand, but also, you can kind of set that other program apart in your product suite. So that's certainly acceptable and encouraged to be able to do that too. But then again, like I said, you want to carry it across your branding. So this is like the thumbnail for this. So you can see how I used my main watercolor as part of the thumbnail. And then these are my main primary colors, and then the pops of red. So this is kind of what I meant by, like, in the Course Creator Academy, having some other complementary colors, that these are my core colors, but you can certainly do in pops, kind of like, if you're decorating your house, it's like, I like to change up the pillows or something like that, or the candles or decorations, to give some, different pops of color through your accents, right? That still blend in with the brand. And then also, like you can see here, this is the Laura font. This is the breathing script font, and this is going to be the Poppins font. So making sure that you're using that across all of your platforms will really help you to stand out in the marketplace. You can see how I've done it in my Facebook banner. So I have this banner on my personal page, my business page, and my free business in my free group. And then the same thing, like on the Instagram, you can see all of those colors, the fonts, the logo, all of that used throughout the brand to help you to have consistency. So if you want to go ahead and grab that, I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions as we're moving forward, again, we're in the 30-day challenge, to 30 days to launch. So this is your course creator journey of the behind the scenes. And this is really, taking that vision and really learning how to identify your messaging, your voice, your brand identity, and then carrying that through to, developing your products and your services and your product suite, having that signature methodology, and then, being able to share that message and throughout your marketing to help you really to grow your business and to be able to skyrocket your income, your impact, and ultimately your freedom in creating a business around your life that supports your life and supports the lifestyle that you desire and deserve to live. So if you would like to join us for that, go ahead. I invite you to like this video if it provided value. I hope it provided value. I hope that you feel like I delivered on my promise in this training today, as well as to subscribe to the channel if you're tuning in from YouTube. That way you are the first to be notified of more videos when they come your way. If you want to dive into some other videos, the course creator, I have a whole course creator playlist of different videos to be able to support you from, picking the right course topic to identifying your ideal client and your niche, and to, create all of the, steps to be able to create your signature online course and coaching program. And if you want to grab my free course creation planner, that is also linked for you below. But I would love to have you, if you feel called and you are ready to dive in and get the support that you need, the step-by-step guidance to be able to design, develop, and deliver your signature online course or coaching program. Doors are open for open enrollment in the Signature Course Launch System. I've kind of given you a peek of what you can expect inside that program, but we would love to have you as a founding member inside of that program as well. And if you want to be the first on the waiting list for Course Creator Academy, that is a piece specifically for creating your online course. You can go ahead and send me a message and get details on that. And I also have 2 spots open for one-on-one work. So if you are looking for one-on-one mentorship, as well as having access to all of the content, go ahead and send me a DM for that. I am taking 2 one-on-one students to be able to work in that capacity to really expedite that process and help you work quicker and faster in designing your legacy offers. So thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow, what is our topic tomorrow? I believe tomorrow we are diving into marketing for your brand. So if that is something that's in alignment with you, stay tuned and just kind of watch my channels wherever you're tuning in from, and you'll see the event schedule for that. And probably it'll be around the same time with 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.